Today we're going to solve a new problem, and this problem is called the top K frequent words. I recently solved this problem on JavaScript, and now the idea is solving this problem in Golang. So it says that given a non-empty list of words, return the K most frequent elements. Your answer should be sorted by frequency from highest to lowest. If two words have the same frequency, then the word with the lower alphabetical order comes first. An example is given. The input is I love lead code, I love coding, and the K most frequent element that we want is equal to 2. And then the output should be I and love because I shows up twice and love shows up twice. Those are the two most frequent elements, and the order that they return is right because I comes before the word love, since this is a requirement that the words which have the same frequency, then the one with the lower alphabetical order comes first. So let's take a look at how we can solve this problem. As you can see, we're provided an array, and then something that comes very beneficial for solving a problem like this is using hash map, because the first step, as you can see, it's obvious. We need to count the word's frequency, and a beautiful way of doing it using and a nice way of solving this problem is by using a hash map, because a hash map will allow you to access, insert, or delete an element at O1, which means that the complexity time will be constant, and this is good. And also because we can basically ask the question about, hey, is this word already part of this array? This hash map can tell you yes or no, and if it exists, then we can somehow track how many times this word has shown up before. So, okay, we're gonna use a hash map to solve this problem, and then one of the requirements is that we need to return the K most frequent element. So a way of solving this part is by now um, grouping, right? So we need to group those words by their frequency, which means that we're going to use their keys as the reference, and then each of those words we're going to store it inside of an array. Because this is also very important, since we need to order those words inside the array alphabetically. So we need to create something like this. We need to have a hash map that will basically contain keys, which will represent the frequency of those words, um, right? And finally, since we need those words to be ordered alphabetically, we need to do that. We need to sort them, right? It's like for this case, when for the words love and I, we see, okay, we have two. They show up twice, but they are not stored in the right order. So I need to order them to finally just have my final array like this. Oh, I have my niece now knocking on my door. What's up? All right, so let's go ahead and basically code this on Go. I recently solved this on JavaScript. So now let's push a little harder and use our new favorite Go language. Okay, so remember the first. All right, so the first thing will be creating a hash map or a map in Golang. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and that hash map will basically contain the frequencies, right? So word frequencies, and so I'm going to create it. So word frequencies will be equal to I'm going to create a map slice. So it's going to be a map which will have or will contain string as their key and integer as their value. So basically we need to store each word frequency inside of this map. Okay, so this looks good, and now we're gonna go ahead and iterate over the words and count their frequency. So we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna say for in Golang, the first parameter will be the key, and the second parameter will be the value. And I say, okay, those variables will be equal to a range of words. So now I'm going to check if this word already exists in the word frequencies map. And the way I do it is asking um, if word frequencies at V exist, then evaluate this statement. All right. Otherwise, we need to initiate the count for this word. So we're going to say word frequencies at V will be equal to 1. Otherwise, word frequencies at V will be equal to whatever value is stored plus 1. So we're going to increment their value. And now we see my word frequency, which is my hash map, contains the word coding showing up once, the word I showing up twice, lead code showing up one, and love showing up twice. As you can see right now, these words or these strings are not stored by the most frequent ones first. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going, as we said, we're going to group by their frequencies. So group by their frequencies. And for that, we're going to create a new map. So I'm going to call it group frequency will be equal to a map. So we're going to make that map. And now my map will be referenced by integers and will contain another map. No, it will contain an array of strings, right? So we're gonna start filling up this group frequencies map. So again, we're gonna iterate. Now we're gonna iterate through the word frequencies. So we say for, say we have the word, right, which is the value, and the frequency coming from word frequencies. We're gonna iterate through the word frequencies, and now we ask if group frequencies at, sorry, I'm using this parenthesis here, at this frequency then we're gonna go ahead and evaluate this statement. I don't need to get anything right now from my group frequencies. So now that we have this, we ask, okay, else, what do we need? Well, we need group frequency at F equal to my initial array containing the initial frequency. Sorry, the initial value, right? The initial word at frequency. Otherwise, I'm going to take the array, which is being given from the group frequency at F, this array or this slice, and then I'm going to append to it. So append to this slide a new string. Which string? Well, my value. And then I need to assign that so we have a map with the count, with the frequency of the words. So we see LeetCode and coding showing up only once, and I and love showing up twice. But remember, we need to return the answer by the most frequent one first. So somehow we need to order this map. How do we order it? Well, one way would be one way to order in Golang is by basically ordering the keys and then creating a new slice containing by that order. But first, I can jump in and order the words alphabetically first. This is gonna be very simple in Golang. Um, First thing we have to do is ordering those inner words. So somehow I need to iterate through my group of frequencies. So we iterate through it and then sort strings v, and that should be enough to sort those inner arrays. I'm sorry, this is strings. And now you see that those words are ordered alphabetically. Now the last part is ordering those words or those groups by their frequencies. So the most frequent one should come first. How do we do that? Well, like I told you before, let me just create a node ordering words alphabetically. And now we need to order by the most frequent words first. And one way of doing that is by getting the keys. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to call it frequencies. I'm going to get the keys from my map. So range group frequencies, then okay, so I'm going to iterate for my keys. In this case will be my frequency, and then value. I don't care about value right now. So frequencies will be equal to, what is that? So it's gonna be an array of integers, right? And then frequencies at, so frequencies, I'm going to append to frequency. Frequencies will be equal to append to frequencies, this frequency. If we print out frequencies, we're gonna have our frequencies. Oops, there's a problem here. So it's probably the problem undefined sort. Oh, okay. What? So let me import sort. But it was working before. I don't know how it worked. Now we see that frequency will be equal to, oh, sorry, I need to create a slice, an empty slice. And then we have our frequencies, and we can return, and we can construct the final response. As you can see here in Golang, we have to do more work because of the nature of the language. Like you have to be very specific about the type, and also you have to be very specific about whether you're using a variable or not. Like here, if I put an F, for instance, and then I don't use it, then the compiler will be yelling at me because, hey, you declared a variable but you're not using it. So now that I have my frequencies, I need to order them by from higher to lower. So I'm gonna use my sort function, and then I can use the sort inverse function. And since I'm ordering a slice, I have to tell it, hey, this is a sort. Well, and we see the same output, but now we're certain that those frequencies are in the right order. And finally, we need to return those ordered words now as a array, which is, remember that my answer has to be an array of strings. So now that I have everything in order, all I need to do is to combine them. So let's do that. So combine final answer of words. So I have the frequency ordered and I have my words ordered. Let me go ahead and create it. So words, I'm gonna call it words, will be equal to an array. In this case, a slice of string with length 0. I'm going to iterate a key and value of group frequencies. Don't forget about the keyword range. And so basically I want to append no, actually I need to iterate through the frequency, right? Yeah, because the frequency will dictate the order. So I have my frequencies, and then I'm going to access the group frequencies. I'm gonna call this F just to be clear about the value being frequency. And then words. Now I'm going to append to words group frequencies, which are the words. And then I'm going to use the spread operator to basically get all the values from my slice of string, and then append them to my words slice. So now words will have all the words ordered by frequency. It's gonna be very clear here when we print out this. There's a problem, so it says no new variable on left side. We're using the word words as a variable already. So ordered words will be equal to ordered words here. So now we see that our words are ordered by frequency and alphabetically. And since we need the k most words, we can basically slice that k number of words from our slice. Oof. We're gonna return ordered words from 0 to k. And now it should work. This is my answer. Now let's see if this passes all the tests. And it does. And take a look at this. Using JavaScript, it took 100 milliseconds. But using Go, took almost nothing. Took 8 milliseconds. And also the memory allocation was 4.5 instead of 41.7. Which means that we can roughly conclude that Golang is way faster than JavaScript. Looking at this. All right, guys. So this is it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions, let me know on the comments. And if you like this topic and you want me to continue working on new problems, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with your friends. Also, let me know any suggestion that you might have. Thank you so much for watching.